An early good evening to you. I'm Rod Hill coming to you from the Vancouver, Washington, Portland, Oregon area. Hope you enjoyed the warm weather today. I know some of you love it, some of you probably don't. The final record report or climate report from the National Weather Service, the actual final report doesn't come out until tomorrow morning. Right now, and I'll show you some of the highs, but it does appear Portland has reached 79 degrees. That may be adjusted upwards in some of the following reports, but as of 6 o'clock, 79 is what PDX is reporting. That breaks the old record of 74 for today's date. I got out and played golf today, so I'm just now getting this done. I had a great day. Hope you did too. But it was important that I post because I want to give you the update that I really feel it is likely, and I don't say this very often when it comes to thunderstorms, but I feel like it is likely that we will have thunderstorms in our area developing mid to late afternoon tomorrow, Wednesday, into the evening hours. The National Weather Service is also starting to put out a lot of warning on this potential. The main impact areas for thunderstorms about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon through 11. 11 is when the cold front actually comes through the area. So once that passes, the I-5 corridor, Portland, Salem, and Vancouver, the storm chance will end. So that's why 11 o'clock. It looks like instability builds and moisture starts to move in by mid-afternoon. So there's your 3 p.m. timing. So from NOAA and the National Weather Service, what's rated as a slight risk, but certainly I think the better way to look at this for our area is a heightened risk of thunderstorm activity in yellow. This basically blankets the Willamette Valley from Sutherland up to Eugene, up into Kelso, Toledo, Centralia, and all the way up into Seattle, bumps up into the Cascade foothill communities, the gorge. There's at least a chance of thunderstorms from the coast into central Oregon, but it could be the I-5 corridor and at least the west slopes of the Cascades that turn out to be the bullseye. So the Weather Service saying potential impacts, lightning, oh, absolutely, heavy rain, big time torrential downpours, check. Damaging hail, I don't think the hail chance is great. If we get enough convection and the cumulus clouds get really tall, you could have some hail. But remember, this batch of air is pretty warm. I mean, the freezing level tomorrow could be as high as 12,000 feet. I mean, that could produce some hail. To me, the more concerning threat is that we could have some of these storms in spotty regions produce some high winds, gusts 40 to 60 miles per hour. All of this, the high winds, the lightning, can all produce power outages. And it looks like some of the storms are going to be hitting right during the drive commute hours back home. Okay, anyway, back over on the right is the upper level ridge that took hold today. And we did have the record high temperatures, as I mentioned. I'll show you some of those in a moment. The Momentous Wealth podcast, listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify for a variety of investment topics to choose from, brought to you by a local firm, Momentous Wealth Management. And we thank them for being my sponsor. Okay, nothing fancy here. It's the tabular 5:35 afternoon climate report from the Weather Service. So again, these aren't the official highs. In some cases, they may be upgraded by a degree or so. And this doesn't tell you what's a record or what isn't. It does show Astoria hits 70. Kelso, 80 degrees up in Southwest Washington. Scappoose, 78. Vancouver, 77. PDX, 79. We know that's a record because the old record was 74. Downtown, 77. I'm just going in the upper 70s in Hillsboro, McMinnville, 66. Salem, 75. Eugene, 74. You can catch some of these. Down in Medford, it was 81 degrees. Bend was just as warm as Portland, 79. Hermiston was 79. Pendleton Airport, you folks hit 80 today. Redmond was 81. The Dalles was 77. I'm just picking out some numbers. Sun River was 72 today. Well, it's a warm day for them, right? And let's see, what was the warmest temperature in the state? Was the 81 in Medford and Redmond. The freezing level measured this afternoon, by the way, was 10.7, almost 11,000 feet, and it will be about that high again tomorrow. So my forecast for Portland was 78. It looks like we hit 79, maybe 80. Good forecast and certainly a record. Okay, let's talk about storms. It's dry tonight. It's dry when you get up Wednesday morning. See the clouds arcing right here on the satellite picture? This is the big ridge anchored over Nevada, still protruding northward into Oregon and Washington. These are the clouds flowing around the ridge, really a classic satellite signature. Notice the X's are lightning flashes. See the spinning? There's a low. And then right back in here is the cold front that comes in about 11 p.m. tomorrow evening. And this low nestles up close to the shore, brings us instability. And then we're in this upper level trough with another low producing what could be a thunderstorm chance or at least some hail on Thursday. See the lightning back here with the second low? And if you look, there's a disturbance. Here's a low. There's maybe another low or disturbance in here. This is a broad, and here's a big low. So this is a broad trough. All of this area, a broad, big trough. So we're gonna, after we have the front pass tomorrow night, we're back into the 50s for a number of days with rain at times. And certainly on Thursday, it looks like we continue to be unstable enough to at least have some downpours in the area. This is courtesy of KGW TV, their Futurecast model. This is 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Look how widespread the bright red, yellow, orange colors are. At the very least, these are all big time downpours. And I feel like it's likely that not all of these, but certainly some of them, will produce some pretty good thunder and lightning. And again, there's that risk of some hail, and there's a risk of some gusty winds. It also shows some thunderstorms approaching Portland. And all this will be moving south to north across the area. Okay, I think I can let me play this. Okay, I think it's going to play. This is tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So we're dry into the afternoon. Here's 5 o'clock. Look at the storms coming up from the south. These could be thunderstorms. There's that 6 o'clock frame. More thunderstorms down in parts of Lynn County. And then here's some heavy showers still at 9 p.m. working up through Clark County. And then I think after that, you notice everything kind of quiets down and the storm chance ends. But boy, that's the type of convection that even that KGW TV Futurecast model doesn't show that often. Here's the National Blended model, their future radar product. Again, we're dry in the morning. It's likely still dry at noon tomorrow. But here is 4 in the afternoon. See the bright colors picking out heavy rain, moving up into Troutdale. This puts the heavier storms kind of flanking along the west banks of the Cascades, which could be. I mean, keep in mind, thunderstorms are almost always scattered. Maybe where you are, tomorrow ends and you're like, hey, I had some rain and that was it. Or maybe I didn't even hardly get any rain. While other areas could be in a spot where if the storms keep hitting the repeated area, they call that training, like a train on train tracks, where it just sets up where you get convection just continuing over the same area. The storm goes, and then another one goes, and another one goes, and you can have the same areas really get hit very, very hard. Here's the GFS model. This is oh, what are we doing here? Let me back it up to 4 o'clock. This is 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, showing rain. The yellow would be some heavier rain showers working up through the evening. This keeps at least an active flow pattern of some moisture all the way into Friday morning. Um, I mean, this is just pretty wet. I'm curious to see what this shows on Saturday. To me, Saturday, I think Thursday's occasional rain. Friday could be raining more than not. Then Saturday is the first day upcoming where I think it's certainly more dry than wet. It could be a partly cloudy day with a few scattered showers and really lots of dry time. And this shows some shower activity, but certainly a lot quieter day than what we saw on Thursday and Friday. And then Sunday morning right now could be dry before rain kicks in later in the day on Sunday. Here's Sunday. See, this is dry until, well, this is a warm front right here. This shows there could be some rain coming in around midday on Sunday. Another model I looked at earlier today, to me, looked like we could be dry until 4 or 5 on Sunday. But certainly I think Sunday morning right now has a good chance of being dry. So how much rain are we talking about? Here's the European model. So just from the storms that come in tomorrow afternoon through the evening, this shows anywhere from 1/4 inch to over 1/2 inch of rain from Seattle all the way down toward Eugene. Keep in mind, this is scattered heavy precipitation. The rain amounts will not be uniform. Maybe you barely get 1/10 of an inch where you are and somebody else gets an inch. That could happen, right? It does show the highest rain amounts right up the valley, kind of that first animation I showed you, and maybe leaning toward the west flanks of the Cascades. And then there's more rain to come. And if I just play this through, let's play it through Friday night. Remember I said Saturday was going to be a drier day. So here's Saturday at 5 a.m. So all total, including the storms tomorrow, and then rain Thursday, rain Friday night at times. 1.65 in Portland, an inch up in Seattle, an inch to an inch and a half down through Eugene. We've got about an inch to an inch and a half along the coast, and you've got some decent measurable amounts out east. It shows out toward Pendleton, maybe a quarter of an inch and a half of an inch of rain out into the Blue Mountains. Okay. So we know that the 58 degrees right now at Timberline, by the way, at what, 6 o'clock in the evening. 58 at Meadows, 51 at Ski Bowl. Government Camp 55. I believe it did hit 60. I know it hit 60 at pass level earlier today. Obviously, the passes are all clean. It's been really warm. Tomorrow, the snow level stays high, 10 to 8,000 feet. This is dry up in the mountains until mid to late afternoon. Then you got the PM storms coming. It'll be rain. And then the front passes. And then just like that, Thursday morning, snow levels are back down to around 4,000 feet. 4 to 8 inches of snow, 4,000 foot snow level Friday, 3 to 5. Saturday's a drier day, but the snow levels stay about 4. And then Sunday, the snow levels start to come up. So it could be rain in the afternoon developing at some of the lower Cascade passes, including Government Camp. So this is all part of my Mount Hood weather ski forecast page on my weather site, portlandweather.com, brought to you by Hillcrest Sports. They are mainly a winter sports store, but I think they get into mountain biking gear now too during the summer. But check them out. Wonderful sports store in Gresham on Burnside. Okay, let's go around the horn. 81 down in Medford still. Chance of thunderstorms tomorrow, and then wet Thursday, Friday. That drier Saturday we talked about them, and back into some rain. And starting Friday, highs 50s to about 60 degrees. Okay. Pelton 75 right now. 79 tomorrow. Remember, showed a chance of thunderstorms your way. And then some rain on Thursday, Friday, a drier Saturday, a drier Sunday. Then rain picks up, and you can see the cool down 67 Thursday, 62 on Friday. Up in Seattle, what do we got? 71 tomorrow. There's a chance, remember, of storms going all the way up into the Puget Sound. Remember, I showed you that. Um, Rain Thursday, Friday. This shows rain up to our north, still likely on Saturday. And then some dry time, maybe the first half of Sunday before rain picks back up. And again, 71 Wednesday, still warm, and then mainly in the 50s after that. Okay, Salem, our capital city. Absolutely thunderstorms. Look at the highs. Still, I mean, we're going to warm tomorrow all the way through 3 o'clock. And if the storms hold off until maybe 4, we can warm until 4. And then, of course, we get rain cooled. So it's going to be warm tomorrow and maybe noticeably humid too. They're saying Saturday showers likely. I don't know. To me, Saturday's a drier day and Sunday morning's a drier day until rain picks up later in the day Sunday. But there's the cool off. Not terribly cold. Highs anywhere from 55 to about 60 from Thursday on. Eugene's going to be about the same. Temperature 60 Thursday, mid 50s on Friday. The thunderstorm threat tomorrow, 75 degrees. It's pretty wet forecast overall. North Bend, showers Thursday, Friday, a chance, a drier Saturday, a drier Sunday, then showers pick up. 63 tomorrow, and then temperatures in the 50s. And here is my Portland 7-day forecast, courtesy of Hazeldahl Tire Pros up here in Clark County off of I-5. So again, we're going to be warming through at least 3 tomorrow, maybe 4. You wouldn't think it would be warmer than today. You would think it would be at least a couple degrees cooler. Today was 79, maybe hit 77. I've thrown a 75 spot up there. Just realize it's going to be in the 70s tomorrow. And the warming will continue until the storms start to move in. So we'll see where we end up. The thunderstorm risk is real. I hope I've convinced you. 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Batten down the hatches in case we get some violent winds and downpours, etc. Thursday, occasional rain, 57 showers on Friday. Both days fairly wet. Saturday to me is a much drier day, sun breaks and a few showers. A dry Sunday morning, then PM rain develops, and then showers and so forth and so on. Temperature's not bad, between 56, 57, 60 on Sunday. Yeah, okay. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. I'm sure I will talk to you tomorrow afternoon, probably once the storms get going. We'll see what's going on. I'll have an update. Please subscribe if you haven't. It helps me out. You'll be notified when I post, and I will talk to you soon. I'm Rod Hill.